Hi YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today is Thursday, which means that we get to answer all the comments and questions from last week's 2,000 subscriber video. I want to thank you guys. We had like 21 comments and questions, so I appreciate you taking the time to ask questions. And to all the subscribers, thank you for building this awesome YouTube family that we have. So some of the questions that we got, you can follow along in the comment section below the video, or I'll try to have it popped up on the screen so that you can see the questions too. So on my phone anyway, the first question is from Pim1234, and he says, nice legs. Pim1234, you always have nice things to say to me, and I really appreciate it. You don't know how much, so thank you. Next, Bill. Hi, Bill. Bill's another loyal subscriber, and he says, congratulations, well done. Which one, if any of the kids, shows an interest in your business, the buying and selling, and who do you think is going to join in? All of my kids have participated in what I do. You've kind of seen bits and pieces in different videos, but the youngest three, they participate because they're with me when I shop the most. So we talk all the time about buying low and selling high and what mommy does, and you know, they help me pick out items. They understand about the scanning apps. It's amazing what a 5-year-old can do. The other kids help out, like Gavin, he's my 12-year-old. My 14-year-old, and he helps a lot with the lighting and the cameras and getting everything set up just so, like if I'm doing a meet and greet or if I'm getting ready to make a video. He recently started helping me list things, and I check before, we hit, to enter the items. So he's at a point where he's learning, but he's wanting to make extra money. I need people to help me list, so I'm hopeful that will work out. Then there's Aiden, and she is 12. Aiden is probably the most involved that I have. She videotapes a lot of my videos. She's the one that got me started on YouTube. She's actually Guinea Pig Smith, if you want to check her out. And she got me started on all of this. And she helps with the videos. I talk to her about ideas for the videos. And then there's Kagan, and he's my 16-year-old tech-savvy kid. That's what he's going to be doing for a living. And he has done all my intro videos. He has done my YouTube channel, the big pink phone that you see, the drop-down boxes where I talk about what my video is. He created all of that. And now he just recently started creating it for other people. So maybe what I'll do is put his email address down below. And if you're interested in logos or 3D images or any intro videos at all, he can help you with that. And then my 18-year-old, I've talked to her about starting her own business, and she's creating a website for a cleaning home help, like a home helper. So she's being her own little entrepreneur as we speak. And a couple of summers ago, I gave everybody a challenge. I gave them, I think it was $40. They went garage selling with me. If they could triple their money with the $40, they got to keep it. And if they couldn't triple their money reselling their garage sale items on eBay, then they had to pay me back with babysitting or chores their original $40. And all of my kids, except for one, took that challenge, and every single one of them was successful. They were able to triple their money for at least $120. And Gavin won that one. He found some amazing things that I didn't even look at. I walked right by. So it just goes to show you that different people have an eye for different things. And, that's why there's enough room for all of us. That's why I don't mind teaching everybody all my stuff, because you're going to be so different than I am. So it just goes to show you. But all my kids, Bill, are extremely involved. My logo, my website, everything, my kids have been a huge part of. All right, next question. John Flynn, may God bless you and your family. Aw, thanks, John. God bless you and your family as well. And then Callie Picker, this is James. He's a personal friend of mine, and if you haven't checked out his channel, you should. He says, glad you're staying off the ankle. What is the strangest thing you've ever sold on eBay? the strangest thing I've ever sold on eBay. I haven't had a lot of strange things. I like strange things. They catch my eye, and I like to pick them up. But the strangest thing would probably be this chess set. And the instant I saw it, I knew it was unlike any chess set I had ever seen. And it ended up being a handcrafted chess set from an artist who made each and every piece, and they were made out of metal. So the chess set was made out of metal, and it was like very fancy and heavy and different, you know, just really eccentric piece. And I loved that. I almost kept it, but I did end up selling it. But it was a marvelous, strange chess set that I fell in love with. That's probably the strangest. Larry's Treasures. I was just watching James's video, Callie Picker, and he mentioned your mishap. Get well soon. The Reseller Society needs you in one piece. Thanks, Larry. You're a dedicated subscriber. I love your comments, and I'm really glad that the Reseller Society cares about me and James and all the well wishes for my ankle. Spiky911 USA, did you participate in any Black Friday, Thursday activities? If so, did you buy for personal use or for resale? I did not because of my ankle. I can't walk on it yet, so I'm pretty much in my house. Every video you see is just from a different room. So right now you're in my dining room. So I did not get to shop. And I do like to Black Friday shop. I know some people hate it and some people love it. I've had years where I do it. I find amazing sales and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this every year. And then there's years that I do it and all I have is a headache and I'm grumpy and I'm starving. So, you know, it's not so good. But I do it every year because the good ones compensate for the bad ones, I guess. And when I do it, I'm certainly shopping personally for my family because I find really good deals. But there's no separation from Tracy and Entrepreneur Girl. You know, we're all one person, and it's just a mindset. You know, I love what I do. It's part of me. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want to. And I'm always on the lookout everywhere I go. On vacation, when my dad was in the hospital. I mean, if I walk by something that catches my eye, you better believe I'm going to be checking it out. Not because I'm like this workaholic, but just there's no separation there between personal and professional because it's all the same. It's all part of who I am. What else? Stuart MMJ, congratulations and get well soon. Thanks, Stuart. Michael Stone, what is the schedule that you keep every day? We will be doing homeschool here also, so that might actually help me out if you gave me a base of what you do. Okay, awesome. Glad to hear you're going to homeschool. Best decision I ever made. And I have right here my schedule. You probably will not see this clearly on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of it and put it at the end of the video. Okay, Michael? And basically, I have spent years tweaking the perfect schedule. So this is like, a work of art for me. Probably not for your family. But I love this schedule. It's perfect, finally, for everything that I got going on. So what I did was I sat down and I made a list of all the stuff that I had to get done every single day in order to feel good about myself. So that's exercise, that's cleaning the house, that's homeschooling, that's work time, that's me time, I mean, you name it. Add anything that you need to feel well-rounded, and that includes personal time. So I put everything down on a piece of paper, and then I put the hours, and then I plugged in slots. And so basically, a condensed version of what we do is we get up in the morning, everybody knows the routine. They get up, they do their chores for the house, they get themselves ready. So we have personal get ready for the day, we get our house ready for the day, we eat breakfast, and we take our vitamins. So the house is squared, we're squared, everybody's ready. For 9 o'clock, we start homeschooling. And we homeschool one-on-one with me for a solid 3 hours. And so that's 9 to 12, no interruptions, we just dig in. And then at 12, we stop for lunch, and we have lunch together. And then I go and work for 3 to 4 hours, and they are doing homework, independent work, for 3 to 4 hours. And so our day, you know, is anywhere from 6 to 8 hours long. And they're doing their work and I'm doing my work, the second half. And then after that, I'm getting dinner ready. We're eating dinner, and then we're off and running to all our evening activities, sports. We're like super busy with sports and music and you name it, we do it. So that's the condensed version, but I'll put that at the end of the video so that you can see it more specifically. Boxer One Dog. Can you do a video on stock trading? Absolutely. I love your idea of making money on all different things, not just one source. I do too. I just really believe in that. I wouldn't tell you if I didn't. And I think it's really important that you don't have all of your eggs in one venue, that you have yourself spread out and diversified. And we will be doing lots of videos on all of that, not just stock trading, but also, Etsy and real estate and all of the piece of pies that I can speak from experience on, I will be putting on my YouTube channel so I can teach you too. So just anything I learned from business school, anything that I do personally, anything that I've had personal experience with, I want to really branch out and do that here for you guys. And, for me, it helps me too. And then I know right now we've been like all eBay and Amazon, which is terrific because that's really my bread and butter. The most money that I make is from those two. But I would like to start talking about other things. Okay, Who Did It 99? I love that name. What percentage of your reselling income is eBay and Amazon? Do you see yourself doing more Amazon? The percentage is probably, well, I was going to say 50-50, but it's probably more like 60-40 now, more Amazon. I love Amazon. I mean, can I say on a YouTube video that I totally love Amazon way more than eBay? Because I do. I really do. It's so easy. I thought eBay was easy, but then you Amazon FBA and you realize that you're just scanning in items. I can do 12 items an hour in eBay. I can do 40 items an hour in Amazon. So I'm making more money an hour just because I'm listing more items. Now, part of that is not true with vintage because I can make, $100 off one item vintage. And so eBay kind of compensates that way, but I still make more money on Amazon. But more than that, it's just such a convenience. I put everything in that box, I ship away the box, and I never think about it again. Amazon handles everything. With eBay, I have to constantly be checking it every single day and dealing with the customers, and then I sell things, and then I have to find the perfect box, and I have to bubble wrap it and wrap it up and put the label on and the packing slip and weigh it and measure it and then take it to the post office, and it's exhausting. And I have to be at home. So it's hard to travel. It's hard to live the life I want because I have to be home to eBay. So I definitely see myself going more Amazon and less eBay. Definitely. Okay, Lisa Miller. I have seen posts about impulse sellers and they look simple to use. Do you use one for bagging, bundling, FBA items? And if so, do you have suggestions? Thanks. Lisa, I have not used an impulse seller and I've not had any experience with it. So I have no advice to give you, but I will show you what I do. And, okay, this is an Amazon, this is what I use for an Amazon bag. And I actually bought these from Amazon.com. They were the cheapest there that I found, but you might be able to find them somewhere else. You can see that it has the warning label right on the bag. So I don't have to purchase the sticker separately and put them on the bag. It's a minimal upcharge, but I find it to be worth it. They come in different sizes. This is a good size for me, relatively big bag. And I don't put every item in these. I don't put my books in these bags. I just put the little sticker on the backs of the books and put them in the box and ship them out. These are more for items like the baby dolls, where it's got a box around all of it except for the front. And you can push the baby doll and she talks and make noises and blah, 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 but it's open in the front. Well, when it's open, it can get icky. It can get dusty, it can get dirty, it can get damaged. Anything that's open and not completely sealed with the box needs to go in one of these bags. If you have an item that has multiple pieces and you want to bundle them together, Say you have, you know, an Xbox and you're selling, you know, a bundle of 6, and you don't want Amazon to break them up and sell them individually. You put them in this bag and then you labeled it, you know, do not break apart, you know, one item, you know, you would label it accordingly. So that's when I use the bags. Having said that, I've done a video on this before. This is furniture wrap. And you can get this furniture wrap from any hardware store. You can get it from Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, I mean most furniture stores. It comes in different sizes. This is the small one. I have one that's really big for big items. And what it does, if you can see this, is it will create a nice seal over my finger. And it looks professional. I mean, relatively speaking, I think it looks pretty good. And if I have a game or a CD or something that doesn't have the original manufacturer's plastic, you know, sealing it, I will wrap it in this. And I wish I had something I could seal to show you, but it really does make a good seal. And it really does look professional, and you just kind of pop it off like that, and I have sealed my hand. So that is inexpensive. I don't need big, you know, blow dryers that blow dry heat and the big sealing machines and the, you know, the stamper. I don't need any of that. I have this. It's minimal expense, quick, easy, cheap. I don't know. Will I ever move to those bigger things? Maybe, but I don't really see a need for it right now. And if you're just starting, I would probably just get the furniture wrap. Okay. Uh-oh, lost my questions. I switched off of myself. Okay, here we go. Next question is from the Ninja Picker. And it says, what is your biggest score on a single item? Mine was Rhodes keyboard I got for free and sold for $550. Wow, you got me beat. Getting something for free and selling it for $550 is like, yeah, I don't have any big stories like that. I wish I did. I guess the biggest score I had would be that same chess set, that metal chess set I told you about, because I got it for $20 on the 3rd floor in like this back corner of this antique mart, and I sold it for $225, and I'm sure I could have totally sold that for more through an auction house or something. But other than that, I find little things all the time. Like I'll buy a book for $1 and I'll sell it for $100. And to me, I'm like, yay! But nothing like this. That's pretty impressive. Gemini Gal 07, another cute name. Congratulations on 2,000 subscribers. Thank you. My question is related to Shutterstock. I am also interested in photography, but I am definitely more of an enthusiast than a professional. Shutterstock sounds like something I would like to pursue. Do you stage the photos in your photography studio, or do you just submit shots of things you find interesting along the way? What makes a photo successful on Shutterstock? Thanks. You do not need to be a professional to sell photos on Shutterstock. Actually, I think if you're an enthusiast, that actually shows in your work, because you love what you do and you take amazing pictures, and you have an eye for it and a passion for it. So I would encourage you to do Shutterstock, and this is why. You're taking photos anyway, probably. I mean, I know I do. My kids are like, Mom, please stop. I mean, I take them all the time. My house is covered with photos. I have scrapbooks. I mean, you name it. And it's something you're doing anyway. So why not make money doing what you love and something that you're doing anyway? Even if it's a minimal amount, you could be learning about it, getting better, and then making, maybe a substantial amount of money doing something that you really enjoy. So I say go for that. And I'm gonna see if I can find any on my, yes, okay. Examples of Shutterstock. Shutterstock is not pictures that most people take. It's not where you have like your kids all posed in a chair and they're smiling and everybody looks frozen. Shutterstock is kind of like the pictures that you don't really normally think of. You can go under Shutterstock, you can open the portfolios, and you can see some ideas of what people are selling, you know, what's in their portfolio. What I find to be is businesses are, and bloggers are really utilizing the Shutterstock because they want generic pictures that they can use for numerous, you know, blog posts or advertisements or whatever they have going on their website. They don't want to, you know, get a photographer and spend a lot of money, so they're paying $20 a pop or $5 a pop depending on the photo place. You know, they're paying for the rights to use the photograph. And most of the time it's going to be something like this. Okay, here's another picture that Taylor took. But it's thinking about not the typical way of taking pictures. Here's another one. This is the sunset through the rear view mirror. Ideas would be like light bulbs with the sunset behind you, and you're really focused on a light bulb, and you think, well, why would you take a picture of a light bulb? It's those abstract, they're different, they're unique, they can be used for multiple purposes, and they catch your eye. They're interesting. And go on Shutterstock and see if you'll see what I mean. But those are just a few examples to kind of get you thinking along those lines. It literally is things taken from different angles that you wouldn't expect. Anything to add interest to your photograph that can be used. Like, you could already just think about stories just looking at the photograph. And I do not use, for the most part, I don't use my photography studio. It's just looking around. Wherever I am, you see something really cool. You know, we went to the beach and they have driftwood like sticking out at all these interesting angles. I took a ton of photos of that, you know, the water, the beach, and this really weird driftwood, and got close-ups and taken angles from underneath, and just different things like that. And you start to get a feel for it, and then you start to take a lot of good photos and just stick them on there and see what happens. Okay, Heather's Cottage says, a recent subscriber to your channel. Welcome, Heather. So impressed with all you do and with 8 children. Yay! You said you have 3 eBay stores. I sell vintage and was thinking of doing another shop for clothing. I have a couple of questions. 1, do you have one PayPal account for all 3 shops? 2, if you print out labels from one PayPal account, does it print out 3 different business names, or do you use your personal name? Right now, my labels have my business name. I'm trying to figure out the logistics of having more than one account. Okay, I have 3 accounts with eBay, and they all 3 have different names. So, the first eBay account I had a PayPal account for, of course, and that was my main one. When I wanted to change and add a second eBay account, eBay didn't really want me to do that. So they kind of gave me a hard time about it. And I was working with them on having them understand that I just didn't want an online garage sale. I really wanted a professional storefront that sold, you know, this certain type of item. And then I wanted another that sold another sort of item. So while I was working with them on that, I had my second eBay account, but I had to have different email addresses and different everything and a different PayPal account. So I ended up with a second PayPal account that has a second business name and a second eBay store with my second business name. Well, then I opened up a third eBay account, and by this time eBay was actually on board. They kind of understood, you know, I was being good and getting, you know, 100% feedback and all that stuff. And then I was able to just go ahead and add the third account and just link it to one of my existing PayPal accounts. I'm pretty sure that you can have one PayPal account and 3 businesses, but you're only going to have the one name on your PayPal account. So if you're okay with using your personal name, you could just have one PayPal account with your personal name and sell, ship for all 3 stores. I think that would work, and it would probably be less confusing. I have 2 PayPal accounts with 2 business names representing 3 stores, and no one's really noticed. I mean, the only time they see the business name is on the shipping label. So on my smaller 2, it just has like a different business name, but my packing slip has, the right store information. I don't think anybody's ever noticed. I don't know that that matters because it's on the, the actual shipping label. But the more accounts you have, the more confusing it is and the more opportunity there is for making mistakes. So be careful. You have to log out and log in and keep track of everything. And you just want to be careful that you don't mess it up and that you're really staying on top of it. And so I've liked having it all separated. I haven't liked how confusing it can get and how, you have to keep monitoring all of these different accounts. Hope that answered that. Okay, Jean Murphy says, impressed with your very speedy recovery progress. Oh, feels like forever, Jean. My question, I live in a fairly affluent area with many of the big stores with a 20-mile radius, but is an urban area for at least 200-mile radius. The Walmarts near me don't have the type of clearance you showed on your video, shopping at Walmart, price and quantity, and everything is priced at Amazon prices. Do you think I would be better in a more ghetto area? Okay, so your question, I'm assuming, is would a Walmart in a fancy, richy area have higher prices than a Walmart in a poorer neighborhood? And I don't really know. I have no idea. I will say that I have shopped at Goodwill's there's a Goodwill store on Sanibel Island, which is a very touristy, wealthy area. And I was shocked. I went into that Goodwill and literally like a Goodwill pair of shoes for $20. Come on, it's Goodwill. But their whole store was certainly marked way up there because of their location. And I've been to Goodwills in the poorest area that's near me. And, like a lot of farm workers, a lot of poverty, and their prices were very low. So my guess is, for the Goodwill anyway, I can't say for certain, it's only an opinion. My guess is yes, that the prices do change from area to area. Now for Walmart, they're huge, and it would seem like they couldn't do that and get by with it. But thinking about, talking about it now, when I was in Indiana and I was in Kokomo, and Kokomo is, kind of a poorer town, and I found really good deals when I was there. Like rows and rows and rows of clearance items. It was like Amazon jackpot day. And I haven't found those types of deals here in Florida. It could be a coincidence. I don't know. That's a good point. Super Raw Energy. Happy Thanksgiving. You too. Get well soon. Thank you. What types of things do you sell on Amazon after the holidays? What sells good the first quarter of the year? Thank you. After the holidays. Okay, so like right now is December 4th and Christmas is coming, right? So after Thanksgiving, you should be shopping and snagging up all of those 90% off, 75% off Thanksgiving deals. Like right now is the time to be doing that. And then again, after Christmas, you should be hitting all of those after clearance deals after Christmas. When you start seeing 75 and 90% off at your Joann Fabrics, your Michaels, all of your stores are going to do this. Kohl's, Walmart, everybody. They have all those Christmas sections set up and they need to get rid of them and they severely mark them down. The day after Christmas, everybody storms the stores for the after Christmas 50% off sales. I do that, but I like to wait a few days until it gets into that steeply marked, and then I snag everything. I snag the wrapping paper, the bows, like I clear the shelves off when it's really, really, discounted, because October of 2015, I'm going to start listing all of that, and it's going to sell for full price. And then if I sell it on FBA, it might even sell for above full price. So that's what you should be doing. As far as what types of items sell, the first quarter, January, February, March, that kind of area, for some reason, I sell a lot of clothes. I don't know why. I don't know if people are kind of in the mood to get, they start working out, and they start trying to dress nice. I don't know why clothes sell for me really well at the beginning of the year, but they do. So, okay, Riverman, great video. Do you market your reselling skills to retail shops, or do you just focus on your own inventory? I have not done that, but that's actually a really good idea.